Hello, this is Keith with Barnhill Bee Barn. I teased you a little bit about my honey extractor, and here it is. It's a Vevor, low-cost, backyard beekeepers manual honey extractor. It's about the least expensive route for a backyard beekeeper to go. There's a plastic drum one that's almost $200. Vevor seems to be a very good machine. Most of the people that I've seen rate it said it was very good and did the job very well. So I've only got like a box or two to extract. So we're going to go into this and put it together, clean it up, and we're going to extract a box of honey. As you can see, it suffered a little denting of the box, but the packaging was good and there wasn't a scratch on anything inside the box. I took the plastic out of the top when I did the inspection. Package of legs, a package of small parts, which is the screws and the funnel for the front. The gearbox and the drum and everything comes pre-assembled inside the box. Okay, wing nuts. So take the gearbox off. It's got a square nut that fits in the top of the basket. Then inside the basket are the lids. The instructions are very brief. They basically say assemble. But so far it looks like it's pretty simple. Yeah. 2 plastic lids that just kind of set down around the motor. There's the basket. Inside the bottom is where the basket sits, and there's a ball bearing in that. It's not greasable from the outside, and all the rest of them say food grade grease after you clean it the first time. All right, so we're going to set it down here and put the legs on. Comes with the screws and flat washers. No lock washers. Now I know these are going to vibrate quite a bit, so it probably should have had lock washers. So it just says assemble the legs to the unit. They're in a shrink wrap bag. Okay. Lightweight channel steel, probably stainless steel legs. Okay. I recommend that you get food grade buckets, but I also recommend that you get them with honey gate on them. Otherwise, you're trying to tip this up and pour it. If you've got a bottler, it might be okay, but if you're trying to pour from this into a bottle, it's going to be nothing but a mess. So the only way I could do it from this would be using a cup to strain it. Now I'm going to make sure that I've got plenty of room. Yeah, if I put it to the bottom set of holes, then my bucket would not fit under the strainer. So I did good. I put it on the top bucket, top bolts. And I just let them all the way to the bottom of the slot. Okay. And you just rotate it around and put it all together. Lost legs. Okay, so there we have it. The legs sit out quite a bit so that it will stand up fairly well. Then you got to put in the honey gate. Make sure that you put it on right side up so that your honey gate will lift open top side and then come down and seal. And every time you use it, check your honey gate and make sure the nut's tight so that it holds, so that it doesn't leak. The issue everybody has with this machine is the honey gate is 1/2 inch or so above the floor of the extractor, which means in order to get all the honey out, you have to tilt the machine to get the last little bit out. But this machine is quite inexpensive, so it's well worth it. It doesn't matter to me. You cannot turn the honey gate when you're trying to tighten the nut down because it will eject the O-ring that's supposedly sealing the tank. So it looks like for this run, I'm going to hand tighten the nut. Then I'm going to rinse the tank out and see if it leaks. May have to come back and silicone the valve because it's not concave to match the tank. So we'll have to see how that goes. And putting it back together, of course I haven't rinsed it, so I'm just doing this. You stick the basket in, put the motor up, lining it up with the square on the basket. And then line your J-hooks up. The J-hooks are captive in the tank, so they won't fall in the tank, which is awesome. Okay, push that down. Put your wing nuts on there, hand tight. Very simple little gear drive. As I said, these just kind of fit down on the top there to keep the honey from just splashing out all over the place. So you push this up on there. It's got a bolt and a jam nut. So you tighten the bolt till the bolt is snug against the shaft. And then using a wrench for tightening both of them, tighten the jam nut and off she goes. So you spin the handle and it spins the basket. Now you got to make sure, because it is solid all the way through, that you don't get your hands in the way when you let go, because it could hurt you, because if it had a clutch in there, it would allow you to just stop cranking, but then it wouldn't turn backwards. So the model that I bought has room for three large frames, or medium or small, either one. It's got a little wire down there in the bottom to catch the frame. So you have to spin each one both directions, or spin it, turn the frame around so that it can extract both sides, which takes a little bit of time, but this was the least expensive unit, and it had good reviews, so that's what I bought, because I just wanted to save money and get the box or two of honey that I have extracted. So that's it. If you have any questions, leave comments and keep watching. I'll have my extraction video coming out soon. Once I get everything rinsed and ready to go, I'm probably going to go ahead and extract my box of honey. Oh, before we leave, make sure everything that you use in your extraction process is cleaned and dried extremely well, because every drop of water that you add contaminates the honey. So you don't want any added moisture in the extraction process. Your uncapping tank, knife, your extractor, the room that you do your extraction in, all needs to be extremely low humidity. Every tool that you touch needs to be clean and dry, very dry. I set mine out in the sunshine for a little while to make sure that the sun warms it up, because it's 94 degrees. Everything is going to be warmed up, completely dry, before I get in and start uncapping and then extracting my honey. So don't forget, everything has to be clean and dry.